Hey guys, in this video, I'll be covering the newest on Rosaria's skill set. I'll be translating all of her skills, talents, passives, and constellations. Be sure to take this with a grain of salt since the skills are from leaks, and that these numbers aren't final. I also tried my best to translate the name of the skills. These are probably not going to be the name of the skills in the game, but it's just like a placeholder to make it easier to remember. So Rosaria is a 4-star chiral poem user, and here are her skill sets. The normal attack, she performs up to 5 consecutive spear strikes. Charge attack consumes stamina to lunge forward, dealing damage to opponents along the way. And plunging attack plunges from midair to strike the ground below, damaging enemies along the path and dealing AoE damage upon impact. Pretty basic stuff that every character have. Her elemental skill, Confession of Sinner. Rosaria swiftly dashes forward, impaling enemies with her polearm, and swipes the enemies back, dealing cryo damage. It also says that this skill doesn't work on large enemies. Notice for this skill there are 2 damage values, so it probably is a 2-hit skill where she lunges forward and slashes through enemies, moving behind their backs, then stab them in the back. The cooldown for this skill is 7 seconds. Her elemental burst, Sacrament of Life, is Rosaria's exclusive ceremonial prayer where she swipes nearby enemies, then spikes the ground, generating an AoE field of ice spears that deals damage, and ice spear lasts for 8 seconds, in which during that duration, releasing a chill effect that deals AoE cryo damage to nearby enemies. This skill has a cooldown of 15 seconds, and you need 60 energy charges. For her passive talents, Rosaria has Nocturnal, Listening to the Shadows of Confession, and Support in the Dark. Nocturnal is a passive where your party's movement speed is increased by 10% during the night time from a certain time frame. Listening to the Shadows of Confession is a passive that, after using your elemental skill, Rosaria's crit rate is increased by 12%, lasting 5 seconds. Support in the Dark is a passive where Rosaria casts her elemental burst. It grants allies a 15% crit rate within the field effect. Using this method, crit rate cannot exceed over 15%. I think it means that you can't stack similar crit rate buffs or something like that. Next up, Rosaria's Constellations. Her C1 is Guidance of Sin. After a critical hit, Rosaria's normal attack speed is increased by 10% for 4 seconds. C2, Place of No Blessings. Elemental Burst, AoE field duration is increased by 4 seconds. C3, Ceremonial Confession. Increases the level of Rosaria's elemental skill by 3. Maximum upgrade level is 15. C4, Painful Grace. When elemental skill lands a crit hit, 5 energy particles will be generated. This can only occur once per elemental skill cast. C5, Dying Prayer. Increases the level of Rosaria's elemental burst by 3, maximum upgrade level is 15. And finally, C6, Acting Judgment. The elemental burst's damage will decrease the enemy's physical resistance by 5%, lasting for 5 seconds, and this effect can be stacked up to 4 times. Alright, so this is basically the gist of her skill set, and I'll probably do a character analysis of Rosaria later on as more info on her gets released. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.